Alright, hey everybody, Sundays here. Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm doing a voiceover because I've been trying to make this video for like a few hours now and I'm getting really frustrated, and I think it would be better if I just did a voiceover, put some nice gameplay in the background. That way my story gets done and you guys get to see some pop and action and gameplay in the background. So that's what I'm doing for this video. What I want to talk about in this video is, first of all, finally figured out like the little FPS problem that I've been having. It was with the way that I was setting up OBS. I fixed it now, so now I'm getting nice clean FPS when I am recording, and hopefully when I'm streaming. I have yet to test it, but I think it's gonna work out nicely. So that's good news. Now we can get into the main topic. Today I'm gonna be talking about my insane professor from last semester. So we're just gonna get right into it. So this class was material science, and for the rest of the video, I'm just gonna call it MSE because that was the course code. It stands for Material Science and Engineering. So before this class even started, this was what I had heard about the class. I heard that it was not a very good class. Here's the thing with this class. So all the mechanical engineering majors in my school have to take this specific Intro to Material Science class. It's a very specific class and only one teacher teaches it. So you can't get out of having this teacher. Like, there's no way around it. So I took it last semester because my friend was taking it and I was like, I've heard that this is not going to be a good time. So like, let's suffer together. And she was like, yeah. So that's what we did. Here is what I had heard about this professor from other people who have taken the class and from Rate My Professors. I had heard two main things. First of all, everyone in the class pretty much just gets a B in the class because he scales everything massively. But getting a grade higher than a B is also very difficult. But like, no one fails the class ever. And then the other thing was that, and this is a direct quote from one of the Rate My Professor reviews, and yeah, the professor, his accent is thicker than oatmeal. Now, having taken the class, I can confirm that both of these things are true. This man, like when he talks, he like mumbles a lot. His accent is super thick. And so like I would be paying attention very intently for like the entire time. But like he would just be like, this is very important, guys. And I'm like, bro, what the hell did you just say? So this man is like 80 years old or something. He is well into retirement age. And like, I don't know what he's doing. Because you can tell he does not give a single crap about like what's going on. And he literally told us, and like in one of the first few classes, he said, okay guys, like don't cheat, but like even if you cheat, I'm not gonna fail you. Like we're just gonna like have a talk or whatever. And I'm like, bro, you don't tell people that. Like he literally said, even if you cheat, I'm not gonna give you a 0 in the class. Like, are you out of your damn mind? And because Mans is like 80 years old, he said like for the exams, like, oh, you guys have to write like either with really hard with the pencil or write it in pen because I can't see it that well. I need very stark contrast in the colors to be able to read it. And if you don't do that, then I'm going to give you your exam back and you have to write over it in pen and then bring it back to me. Like, dude, you are begging for people to cheat on your exams. Like, what are you doing? So that was wild. And then here's another thing. This man, again, old guy that has no business still teaching. Like, I don't know what Mans is doing. He drives to my university to teach. He drives an hour and a half. At least 2 days a week, he drives an hour and a half to get to my school from where he lives. That's 3 hours a day of commute for his full-time job. Like, does anyone else see a problem with this? Like, if you're that old, like, move or like quit your job. Like, come on. There has to be a better way. I could tell like Mans is losing it a little bit because once he was like, yeah, sometimes I'm driving on the highway and sometimes I wish that like one of these 18-wheelers will just like ram into me and end it all. And we're just sitting there like, sir, are you okay? Like big mood, but like, bro, is you good? Just all around wild class. So here's how it was set up. He had like a bunch of like note packets for like the content that we were learning, and he would email them out to all of us who were registered in the class so we could like follow along with them. And then in lecture, he would print them out and then project it to the board. 75% of the material, at least, I have no idea what he said. Could material science have been interesting to me? Yeah, maybe. But I have no idea what was going on in that whole class. I was like, I can't hear a word you're saying, and I know that this stuff is gonna pop up on the exam. It's not written anywhere else. Like, he would say things that weren't in the note packets. There would be things he like said later or like something else, and they wouldn't be in the textbook. So like if you missed it, you missed it. And it was like, ugh. That's like how he would teach. But like if you missed something, it was gone. And then I don't even know what to ask him at the end of class because all I heard was like, how do you ask him, hey, can you elaborate what meant? Like, what do you mean when you said bro? So it was a frustrating class. And then here's another thing. The grading scale was absolute whack. Originally, the grading scale was going to be, okay, 5% for quiz 1, 5% for quiz 2, and then 30% for each exam. So there would be 3 exams, 2 midterms and a final. That alone is already like awful because 90% of your grade is based on the exams. And each exam had like 4 questions on it. 4. But like I got a 65 on my first exam because Mans took off a lot of points. Like there wasn't really any partial credit. So like if you got something a little bit wrong, it was gone. But it got scaled to a B-. And then I ended up getting a B into class. But like, yeah, that class, that was a time. But I am kind of grateful that he did such huge curving because like if he didn't curve, I probably would have gotten like a D or a C in the class. So thanks, bro. I guess, even though I didn't learn anything. As we went through the semester, we started running out of time and he was like, oh, okay, so guys, because we don't have enough time, we're just not going to do quiz 2 and your final's going to be worth 35%. So 95% of my grade was composed of 3 exams. That wasn't fun. You could tell that this man just didn't give a single crap about what went on. Like he would randomly change grades. Like I got 80 on my first quiz, but that's because the TA had taken off 10 points for something that the other TA had taken 1 point off for on my friend's quiz. And I was like, I don't think this is fair. And then Mans just gave me all 10 points back for the question. And I was like, oh, okay. Not that that did anything because that quiz was only worth 5% of my grade. But like, the point is like, he just didn't care. So it was a really weird class, a really wild semester. Like, he would like lash out at people randomly, but then he would be laughing like the next minute. And then he like coughed and like choked a couple of times. And he was like, I'm getting a little lightheaded. And we're like, bro, do you need to go to the hospital? You're like 84 years old or something. All in all, just a wild time. And I never want to take another material science class again. I'm sure like the material, like the content could be interesting, but like that was such a bad experience. I just like, I don't want to live through it again. But it was just really, it was something else. It really was. So that's the tea about my MSc professor. Hopefully I have some good stories for next semester. Hopefully not bad stories, like crossing my fingers. I go back in a few weeks. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And yeah, keep an eye out on my Twitter and my Twitch because I've been streaming a lot more and it's a really fun time. So if you haven't come to any of my streams yet, totally do it. Worth your time, I promise. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.